It's the NOFOMO podcast. Where futures get real, we ain't missing deals. Real traders, no frills. It's the NOFOMO podcast. Get your money right, investing overnight, working markets for a price. The NOFOMO podcast. Authentic conversations, real traders, real markets, and a no-nonsense breakdown on the world markets. Markets.
Most traders think they need a new strategy, but the truth, they need new mindset. In episode 33 of the NOFOMO podcast, Woodz sits down with Hoodie, a trader and mentor who's went from chasing meme coin hype to mastering discipline, consistency, and mental clarity in the markets. This conversation dives deep into trading psychology, risk management, market structure, liquidity, fair value gaps, and emotional battles that every trader faces behind the scenes. If you've ever struggled with overtrading, revenge trading, lack of consistency, or doubting yourself after losses, this episode is for you, because sometimes the biggest enemy in trading isn't the markets, it's the person staring back in the mirror. This is NOFOMO. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of NOFOMO, man. And we got a special guest on the line, man. We got Hoodie. What's happening, man?
Goodie.
Square business, bro. Hey, man, I've been watching what you do, bro, and I like what you're doing, man. You had these motivational walks every morning, it looks like, and you give out, you know what I'm saying, just some good mindset game on the trading aspect of things, man. So I see like you're a person that's in it, you know, on a daily basis. And I love talking about the trading. So I wanted to get into it with you, man. So let the people know, man, who is Hoodie outside of trading, and how did this version of you lead into the markets?
How'd you? Well, as everybody knows, go by Hoodie. I guess I'll kind of just jump right into how Hoodie was created. So I started kind of like in the meme coin space.
Hmm.
And, you know, shout out to my guy Tilla. I always show respect to him. That's kind of where I started like my whole journey of wanting to teach people, really ventured off into futures from there.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much every time that I was on stream, I had a hoodie on.
Square business.
It's just kind of my thing. And from there also, you know, people were just like, yo, like Hoodie.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And just from there, Hoodie was born. And also, you know, of this hoodie, you know, MDMG, this is my brand, which stands for Money Doesn't Mean Greatness. My first love is that I'm a rapper. A lot of people obviously don't know this, but I go by Kid Cali MDMG. You can look me up on Google. I've been to the Grammys, the Oscars, Revolt Awards. I know pretty much every rapper you could pretty much think of. But I've always been an advocate of wanting to motivate people. You know, my brand stands for, you know, do what you love to do, and everything else that's supposed to happen, you know, will kind of fall behind that. You know, people get lost in the materialistic things of things and forget like why they're doing it, and they just focus on like the money and all the things that people see versus just putting all that energy into what you love and then let everything else follow behind.
Okay.
So my boy Troy got me into meme coins. And I came from Forex, I'd say probably like 4 or 5 years ago, where, you know, Forex was kind of like, you know, big. Everybody was doing those get under me, and people were getting people to join under them. And back when I started that, it was kind of like what everybody else does, like, you know, pay for discourse to be in signal groups. They pay for this guru to tell you things. And, you know, back when I was doing Forex, I just wanted to follow. Like, I didn't really want to dive into the sauce and learn how to trade, learn what Forex really was, what I was doing in the space. So ultimately, lost money and then was just like, I'm good with this.
Great.
So fast forward to the meme coin space. My boy got me into meme coins, and right before I hopped into the meme coin space 2 years ago, I was like looking into futures, but dove into the meme coin, fast forward through all of that, got into the space, got Hoodie, started really like wanting to teach people how to trade within that space. And then that was when I started learning TA. And then that was when I started learning, support, resistance, break of structure, change of character, just the basic things to really kind of help in the space. And then from there, Tilla, kind of opened up a space for me to start doing Meme Coin 101. So like every Sunday, I would start teaching, the TA that I was learning, and me, I'm a straight shooter. I don't try to make it seem like I know more than what I know. I don't try to make it seem like I'm driving a Lamborghini. I don't try to make it seem like I was making thousands of dollars. It was just like, hey, this is working for me. I think this can work for you guys if you didn't think about it in this perspective. So then every Sunday I started teaching. And then, a year into meme coins, I was like, hey man, like, why don't I just kind of make my own space? And then, I kind of put that on the back burner for a little bit, but then really kept staying in the space of that, but then started really diving into TA and futures and learning what that was, and then getting on TradingView and then paper trading while I was doing meme coins, and then started understanding like, if I'm a trade, like, why am I going to trade? Like, how I look at it, like, the meme coins is like the underground casino. Like, if I'm going to go to the casino, I'm going to go to the MGM and I'm going to go to Vegas, where, not saying the odds are against me completely, but it's professional. So that was when I just kind of dove in and I just kind of started leaving the meme coin space. A lot of people, I met my boy Flacco in there. He started learning under me. And then a lot of people wanted us to make our own space. And from there, Prime Futures Lab, we came together about a month ago and just dropped the Discord. And now we got over 200 people in there. Monday through Friday, we're teaching, people how to trade. We have live sessions, recordings, all of these things. And that's how the Hoodie, TikTok page, that's been up for a while, but like I said, it's just, I've always been an advocate of wanting to teach people, and me learning what I've learned, watching these YouTubers and all of this stuff for the last year, just my journey, I was like, how about I keep it real with people? I've always been a person that's keeping it real is the most important thing. And I feel like a lot of people in the space of trading, they try to complicate things. They try to sound all technical just so either one, you're paying them thousands of dollars or whatever the case may be. But it's like me, I believe in just making it simple, transparency and motivating. To me, trading is 10% actual trading, 90% mindset. If you don't have this every day set, it throws everything else off. So, that's where the motivational kind of videos started to kick in. And, I got this strip that I live in the back of the cul-de-sac, live in a townhome, and I got this little strip. And one day I was just walking and I had my Osmo and I'm like, hey, I just started walking and recording and I'm like, yo, this is going to be it. And now my whole neighborhood knows. They see me out there walking. They're like, oh, we know you shooting some content.
Yeah, you shooting these shots.
But
so like, do you remember the moment? Do you remember the moment trading became serious for you and not just interesting?
Yeah. I would literally say probably last year in like February, I was like, watching all these videos and, other friends that I've had in trading, like my boy Nas Headmon that's in the Discord, he's been trading futures for 4 years, ever since I think either like 18, 19, he's been trading. So it's like, hearing stories of people going through prop firms and blowing prop firms, going from prop firm to funded, blowing the funded. It was like, I want to actually take this serious, because anything that I do, I want to teach people how to do it. So if I can learn something that I can teach somebody, they can see it in a different way that helps them be able to see something in a different light that they haven't seen, then hey, how about I be that guy to be able to help? Because there's a lot of gurus that are on YouTube. And the thing that I try to explain to people is that when you're watching YouTube, the people that you're watching, they kn- they know something. That's why you're watching them. Like you're not just watching them because they don't know what they're talking about. And that's why when people, get caught in these exposed videos and stuff like that, I look at those with a grain of salt, because they're making money. Now, did they make millions of dollars from trading? No, but they definitely made 50K for sure. Like that's a guaranteed thing. So, I started to look at, YouTube with a grain of salt. And that was when it was like, I really was like, okay, I'm going to take this serious, because I want to have a YouTube channel where it's kind of like a fresh of breath air, where people come and it doesn't seem like I'm just trying to be like, oh, copy my style. My style's the only way to do it. Like, no, like all of these styles work. The only thing, the reason why people don't really understand that concept is because of the simple fact you have people on YouTube that's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm in the Lamborghini, I'm in this mansion. So everybody thinks like, oh, I need to trade this way. When you can literally go type in someone who trades support and resistance. I mean, well, support and resistance or supply and demand, and then they're driving the Lamborghini doing the same thing. All of these methods work. It's about finding your edge within that method, which comes with back testing. And that right there in itself, like I live by 3 rules. Like you have to have consistency, risk management, and a strategy. If you don't have those 3 things, you're not going to be a successful, profitable trader. Like you have to have all 3 of them all the time, because they all work hand in hand. So from there, I just kind of dove in and was like, I wanted to, start our own Discord and start a YouTube, so I can start putting out real information out, and not just watch me, look at me information and just copy me and do what I'm doing information. Get people to understand that, like, don't change what you're doing. If it's working for you, keep doing it. But always keep your eyes open for what other people are doing, because it's like, trading is like Legos. You can have this structure, but you could take this piece off and add another piece on to make what you're already doing stronger. A lot of people will have a solid foundation, but don't back test it enough or believe in that foundation. So then they end up scrapping it, and then they go jump to someone else's foundation. And now here it is. What you were doing, step 1, 2, and 3 was working, but 4 was a little fuzzy. So that's why you couldn't get to 5. But now here it is, you start all over again. And now you got to start all over with this foundation that you don't know, because you were using trend lines, and now you switch from trend lines, and now you're using order blocks, and now you never used order blocks. So now you got to start all over. But the funny thing about it is that all these strategies, you're simultaneously using something that you don't know. It's just, you're not using that strategy. So it's not your edge. So that's why you're oblivious to the order block, but realistically you're using it the whole time, but you just use supply and demand. So like that, when I started realizing that, like, yo, all of this stuff is the same. Like all of it is the same.
Yep.
But people, like I said, man, they're greedy, bro. They want to feed their pockets. So they make it sound so technical. Have you out here like, oh, well, he said ranging, but he said accumulation, but he said consolidating. Like, which one? They all mean the same, bro. Calm down, dog. They all mean the chart is going sideways, bro. The market does 3 things: uptrend, consolidates, range, accumulates, downtrend. Take those 3 words and smash them all together, bro. If you hear one person saying this, it's the same thing, bro. Take one thing and leave it in your head. And that's when it just, like I said, for me became like, trading is very easy. What makes it hard is all the stuff that you ingest and keep jumping around from. And that keeps you in what I call, for me, I'm not saying it's a real thing, but the trader cycle.
Yeah.
Because what you don't, the secret is, the sauce that the traders don't tell you is, again, all of these strategies work. You have to find your edge in what it, for you, that you can see consistently. And when you see that, okay, now you have your foundation. Let's build around that. And see me, I give a lot of like real life analogies to trading. And that's why a lot of people in the Discord, they're like, man, like, I'm glad I'm in the Discord, or I'm glad that, like, you know, you do Mindset Sundays, because, like, again, it's 10% trading, 90% mindset. Because if you can't be patient to wait for that 5-minute candle to close, you're going to get cooked. Like, it happens all the time. 5-minute candle be so bullish, momentum. And then 30 seconds, close. And now it's going, and that's why it's like, I don't know, like, I get excited when I talk about trading. I love talking about trading because I don't talk about nothing that I haven't gone through. Like, I've gone through everything.
Yeah.
So that's why when I make my videos, they come from a place of, I've been here. Am I perfect? No. Still not perfect. But what I tell people is I'm a good 95%. My 5% isn't because I'm FOMOing into trades, or I'm not using a strategy. I'm not waiting for candles to close. It's just like, oh, okay, great. My stop wasn't in the right place. I could have had it. Should have put it at the low. I keep putting it under the fair value gap when I know I should put it under the low. So if I do take a loss, it's because of something stupid like that. I wanted to keep a tight stop, and I should have just had it at the low. And we either go back, break even, if obviously we've already taken out partials, or if I do take a loss, then like I said, it's because I knew I should have put my stop below the low. I just put it below the fair value gap.
And like, at what point did you realize that this wasn't just about strategy, but about you?
Honestly, I would say when I started teaching, because it's never, again, like how you just said, like it's about you. So when you understand at the end of the day that if I'm teaching people, I got to be locked in. Like, I can't be teaching people, but then when it comes time for the show, I'm over here not preaching what I teach.
Right.
So I'm a very, like I said, bro, I stand behind my brand. Money does not mean greatness to me, dog. Like, I've had this brand for over, I started this brand in 2013. So it's that's when I started my music career. And it's, I believe in, if I'm talking about it, I don't talk about things that I don't do. So when I realized that all of these strategies work, but if you cannot lock in on one of them, then it's completely pointless. And I would say that was very shortly after I started taking futures serious, because that was when I realized, like, there's all of these methods. So I have multiple different things that I can use. But if I can't pick one and stick to it, then how am I ever going to find any real traction in this space? Because I keep jumping around from this to that, to this to that. So that I very, very quickly on that.
And like, you talk a lot about mindset. What was the breaking point that made you prioritize psychology over setups?
As soon as I got into futures. As soon as I switched over from meme coins, because
you were at Forex before, right?
But that was, there was a huge break in between. Forex, I don't even really count. Like, I would say, like, I mean, yes, if you want to say, okay, is it part of my trading journey? Yes. But would I take that as something serious that I would say here that I learned a lot? No, because I was just buying and selling, trying to make money. Like, that's all I was trying to do. And, you know, I feel like that's everybody's intro to the game, is that they just get in because they see someone making money and they want to make money too. So you're not trying to really learn a strategy. You're just like, I'm trying to make money. So I don't really say that Forex was really a learning point in anything of my trading journey, but it was part of it. What was the question one more time?
I was like, what made you prioritize psychology over setups?
Oh, yeah, like I said, as soon as I got out of meme coins, always FOMOing, because meme coins, I'm not sure if you know much about the meme coin space, but if you're a trader, every trader knows about meme coins. But I was just FOMOing into stuff, just jumping in, buying and selling in the beginning. And then once I really started teaching people and diving into learning how to trade, that's when I realized, like I said, trading is 90% mindset. Like, you have to be patient, and going through YouTubers and watching people, there's different types of YouTubers. You have the YouTubers that are selling you something, the flashy life, the Mamba FX, TJR, like those type of guys. Now, am I saying that they are bad guys to learn from? No, because I used to watch them. But I started to learn very quickly, like, the younger the person was, didn't really I stopped watching as much. The older the person was, those were the ones I started watching more. And it wasn't because of the simple fact they were older. It was a simple fact that these guys are showing you a lifestyle that you could potentially have. But the thing about it is that first you got to be able to master the skill to get to that lifestyle. So
the younger generation leads with flash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you automatically get wrapped up in that.
Right.
Versus watching somebody that might be 55, 45, you see that rollie on their wrist, it's a rollie, but they're not.
Yeah.
Join my course, they're just drilling market structure. Every single video that they're dropping is the same thing over and over and over and over. You see them sitting in their nice office, but they're not showing you the office. You see that they have a nice lifestyle, but they're not necessarily showing you the lifestyle. But you see it because you're watching their videos. And that was when I started to see a difference between the YouTubers. All YouTubers are good to learn from. It's just that when you're watching them, don't get caught up in the materialistic and the lifestyle. And that was the mindset thing. Mamba FX to me, like, he's trash, period, all the way around. But like TJR, like, he's a good person to watch when it comes to certain things. But like Justin Bennett, he's an OG. Watch him all the time. Justin Bennett and Lewis Kelly. Two people, those are my two main people that I watch. And JFX. Those three right there, hands down. But it's like, that's when I started to realize, like, mindset. Watch these guys with a grain of salt and start watching them for what they talk about, not what they show you. And that was when I started to realize, like, when I started on my journey of paper trading, take this serious. See, a lot of people don't do things serious. They'll start paper trading, but they know it's not real money, and they're like, oh, it's not real money. So they're going in with crazy trades that this isn't something realistic. My boy Nas, when I started paper trading as if this was real money. I didn't get into this and start just, oh, it's paper, it's not real money, and just doing outlandish trades, crazy trades that didn't make sense. I started trading as if this was like real money and I was risking real money.
Yeah.
He would come over, and when we were learning and he was teaching me things that he knew, he'd be like, hey man, just hit buy just so I can show you what I'm talking about. Nah, why would I do that? Like, he's like, bro, it's just a paper trading account. I understand that, but if I put that in my mind that this is just a paper trading account, I'm going to follow this habit when I go over to an eval account, because guess what? An eval account isn't real money neither. It's someone else's money. And it's only $50. So guess what I'm going to tell myself? It's only $50. I got a job. I make $50 easily. So I'm gonna try to pass this account in 2 to 3 days, and I'm gonna keep blowing it in every 2 to 3 days. And see, what people don't understand is that mind will tell you, yeah, you work a 9 to 5, you work 40 hours a week and it's only $50. That's what you tell yourself. But what you don't realize is that in the future is that, say you, in a month, you sit here, now we'll say 90 days. Say 90 days, you keep sitting here and you're just trying to pass these accounts in 2, 3 days because you see other people doing it. And now you done blown 3 accounts. Well, there goes $150. Next month, you do the same thing. There goes another $150. Now you're at $300. See how these $50 start to stack up very quickly. Now do that over 6 months to a year. Now you done found yourself spending a few bands off of $50. Here it is, me. I literally started trading, taking things serious February, still on my first eval. But here it is, we haven't blown an eval account, and here it is, we're $500 away from passing it on Top Step. Showing my community how to pass an eval, 79% win rate, to average win rate of a trade, 200. Showing people $200-$300 a day keeps the job away. That's basics. $200 a day is 50 racks. $300 a day is 72K, 76K, somewhere in that range.
500 is 126.
Do you not understand? Mindset. People want to come in here and become a millionaire overnight. Do you not understand? There are millionaires made tomorrow. There's millionaires made next week. There's millionaires made 6 months from now. I don't mind positioning myself to be a millionaire next year or 2 years from now. As long as we slow gaining, do you not understand? Like, and that's what people do not understand. Trading is 90% mindset.
Everybody wants it right now.
You see somebody else over here making $1,000 in a trade. You don't know what that person went through. And that is the psychology and mindset thing. They see somebody making $1,000 in a day or making $10,000 in a day. And this is like the crazy thing about life. We look at trading so different, as if it's like real life. Like real life. Like people that have a job, the rareness of someone coming out of college and hopping into a job just making $500K, $200K, $100K a year is slim to none. People go to college for years and are in debt coming out and don't even get the job in the field that they went to school for years to do. Doctors, it takes years. Lawyers, years to finally get in the position and start making that big boy money. So think about trading. People watch somebody on YouTube make $10,000 in a trade. And the funny thing is that they tell you, they're like, I've been trading for 4 or 5 years. And then here it is, this new trader trying to make 10 bands in a month. He literally told you. Bro, it's taken me 4 or 5 years of mistakes, but here it is, you're burnt out already in 3 months. And you're like, man, I don't see consistency in this, bro. Like, because you're trying to become a millionaire overnight, and he didn't even become one, and he's telling you that. Like, people want to come into this space and make money that they've never, ever made at their job. Most people go to a job and aren't even making $4,000 a month. But here it is, you want to come to trading and make $4,000 in a day. How does that balance? But when you work, you're okay to work. Just say hypothetically you make $20 an hour, which most people don't even make that in the world. So let's keep it more realistic. Let's say you're making what, $15 an hour? but you're willing to wake up to go to this job that you don't like working and work 8 hours to make $100 and something a day, 40 hours a week. But you mean to tell me you won't lock in and get your mind right and understand that if you take some time, take 6 months to a year, back test, get on TradingView, learn something that you do consistently, you can make $200 to $300, which is literally everything you would make in 2 to 3 days. In a day, within seconds or minutes. And do that consistently. See some type of growth and understand. See, this is what, like, if you haven't already kind of learned about me, consistency.
Yeah.
And seeing things, longevity. I've been able to scale myself from a full-time job. Now we're at a part-time. I work at Amazon. Like I told you, we are not driving Lamborghinis over here.
Yeah.
But I do live in a nice townhome with my girl. I've been able to go from a full-time to a part-time. I work at Amazon 3 days a week. And now here it is, we're starting to scale out of that. Why? Because I understood that $200 to $300 a day started to change my life very quickly. And was able to see that anywhere within a week, risking $200 a trade. Max.
And
go ahead.
What's a mental pattern that had kept costing you money until you addressed it?
Well, this would be kind of like, I guess I would say fast forwarding to like back up, because I haven't even gotten into my trading style, any of that.
Right.
But just realistically, man, just bad habits, trading Asia session. I'm not an Asia trader. Like there's 3 sessions. Like that's the thing, man. There's 3 sessions and everybody wants to be a hero and trade all 3 of them. For what? There's 3 different sessions.
Right.
Find which one works best for you. I would trade New York session and then give it all back and some in Asia. Every single time. Every single time. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Stop trading Asia session. So what I would do is I would trade New York session and then I would lock myself out of my account.
Damn.
Until I could build, and the same exact thing, just in real life. Don't we all have bad habits as humans? We all have our own little bad habits. We procrastinate. We was going to clean this weekend. We ain't clean. We was going to go to the store. We ain't go. We all procrastinate. So what I started to realize, that's why when you asked about mindset, I started to realize very quickly, how I treat myself in real life is how I treat my trading patterns. If I'm not disciplined, if I don't take what I do in real life disciplined, am I going to take what I do in trading real? No.
Real.
Because I don't do it even in my own real life. I procrastinate in real life. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to procrastinate when I come to the charts. That means not waiting for a candle to close, not waiting for this pullback, not waiting for price to get to this area like I said I'm supposed to if it's part of my strategy. Same exact thing. So when I realized that I make this $200-300 in New York session, but then I turn around and I give it back away in Asia session, I need to stop trading Asia session. As soon as I stopped trading Asia session, guess what happened? I was able to wake up the next day and see my $200 to $300 that I made the day before because I didn't give it back in Asia session. Very quickly, snap. Made $200-300, but I gave $600 away to Asia session. This is a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Compound this money, the slow grind. It's okay.
And what does a mentally off day look like for you now, and how do you handle it in real time?
It's kind of hard, man, because and again, I'm not saying that I am perfect, but a mentally off day for me is just not putting my stop in the right place, being a little aggressive. That's my last thing within my whole strategy. And see, me, I never say I'm 100%. I know we say 110 when it's better, but you're never 100% in trading. You're always going to be 99.9%.
Mm.
And if you put that in your mindset, that means you always have 1% every day to grow. There's something every day that you could potentially learn. You're never perfect. What makes you perfect is every day that you're willing to absorb something new that you didn't know, no matter how long you've been trading. Because you never know, like, oh, snap, dang, I didn't know that. Like, snap, I never thought about it like that. Oh, dang, I never looked at it like that. And how that can change your perspective to get to see things. So when I have an off day, I guess you would say that would just be me just being too aggressive. Like, oh man, I should again put my stop here. Because I rarely, if my setup's not there, I'm not trading. I firmly believe in protecting the capital. Like a no trade day is a green day. Like these things, that's why I say mindset. Like traders want to come to the computer every day and see a dollar. Sometimes a dollar is not trading when you don't see what you need to see on the chart. Like there's 20 trading days. Like that is the thing. Like, I don't know. And maybe it's just something I tell myself, but when I have a no trade day, say if we come tomorrow, Monday, and something's not clear to me, or my strategy doesn't show, or the market price action is horrible, and we don't have a no trade day, the next day is about to be. That's how I always look at it.
Yeah.
That means whatever we didn't get today, what's about to come, it's coming back the next day. And we gonna get something we did not expect because we were patient. And I'm a firm believer that the market will always pay you out when you sit on your hands.
Yeah.
When you know your strategy or method isn't there, when you know price action is horrible, but you're not trying to force a trade out of the market, I firmly believe the next day or whatever day that the market aligns itself, you get in that trade and you sitting there and you just boom, boom, didn't even expect it.
Yeah.
Because now the market, you was patient with the market. So now the market is like, here you go. I'm going to give you something you didn't even think you was going to get.
Yeah.
You was going for your normal 3-to-1. I'm going to give you a little 6-to-1 today. Here you go. Take a little extra just for Tuesday because you was patient.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we going to close, lock ourselves out, carry on about the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yourself out so your impulses don't get back to you. You like, let me see if I can get a little bit more.
No, I'm a firm believer. If I get into a trade and I lock in and say hypothetically I get out, I scare myself out because something happens, I'm done. I'm not getting back in the trade because that's when you lose. Because now you mess your position up. You scared yourself out of the position. So where that pullback was, if you was already in profit, and then you like, you get out and now you jump back in and now that pullback come, guess what? Now you're messing your profits up because you was already in profit. And if that pullback happened, that was just a pullback into your profit. Now we're starting all over again. 2 trades a day. Well, that was my strategy in the beginning. It was 2 trades a day. Now, if I take a loss, I'm done. Because
what are traders misunderstanding about psychology? Like, what are they oversimplifying in your view?
That's a hard question because everybody is different. Everybody's mindset and on how they process information is different. Like me, sometimes I need to hear it 4 or 5 different times, but 4 or 5 different ways. Like I need to see it. Like I'm not, you could sit here and put 5 books in front of me, but if I can't see it, then when I go read it, it doesn't connect.
Mm-hmm.
What I would say is that what makes it hard for people is they see people making money.
Yeah.
They know people can make money and they're in a rush to get it. And understanding that the job that you work, you don't go in your job every day to learn how to do your job every day.
Mm.
Like when you start a job, they put you through a training period and then you learn the job.
Yeah.
And then they let you go.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that what people don't understand is that you're the job.
Mm-hmm.
You have to train yourself to let yourself go.
Mm.
That's where I feel like people don't understand. And this is honestly the first space where I can say that anybody can become a millionaire. Anybody. Like this is honestly the only space where I literally anybody can become a millionaire.
You're just your own worst enemy. Yep.
Just like a gambler. When a gambler walks into a casino, guess what? No one walked you in there. You walked yourself in, and guess what? You have to walk yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you trade, you can trade all day and blow evals all day long. Buy new ones and blow it again. The market is meant to take your money.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a casino is. But don't people win in a casino?
Mm-hmm.
Don't people win in the market? Exactly. People that play poker, do you see them just go and just put money on a table and just be like, give me my cards? Ah, there go my two, line it up. Like, no. What do you see people doing in professional poker players? They got shades on.
Yeah.
They got a hood on.
Yeah.
They're bluffing people. Strategy. Nothing that you do is not with a strategy. When you get in your car, do you just drive your car blindly? No. You put the key in the ignition, you turn it on, you put your seatbelt on, you put it in drive, you hold the steering wheel, it turns. There's a strategy to driving. Why do you start driving? What do? You go through driver's ed first, then you get your, your what is it called? Your permit, and then you get everything is steps. People want to come in trading millionaire. That's not how it works, bro. Like, look at life. Look at everything that you taught yourself before you felt confident. You teach, learn, master, gain. You learn how to drive a car first. You get comfortable driving a car. And then what do you want to do after that? You get people that become race car drivers. You get people that learn how to drift cars. You get people that get bikes. They learn how to ride the bike first. What do you do after you ride the bike? You get comfortable with the bike. Then what do you do after that? Now you wheelie in the bike. Like,
it's a process.
You see where I'm going with this, bro? Like, it's a process.
Yeah.
That is why, for me, I am a rapper, bro. Like, if you go look at my IG, this is why I try to tell people I'm not just a normal rapper. I've been around celebrities. So I understand, and I have talked to countless amount of millionaires that have started businesses. So I've heard this, and that's the thing. You know that saying, the sayings that our parents tell us when we're younger, like, oh, all the little cheesy sayings that we overlook. I've always been a firm believer, bro. The smaller the saying is, the bigger it means. It's the little things that we overlook, but then it comes back, and excuse my language, but bites you in the ass when you get older because you don't understand it when you're younger. That's why when you listen to all these success stories of people that become famous, to get drafted, man, I was living in the projects. I didn't have money. My mom was living check to check. My dad this. I did this. I woke up every single day and I believed in myself. It's cheesy as hell, but it's the truth. That's why you keep hearing it over and over and over and over. You don't hear people waking up being like, hey man, the first time I threw a football, the Cowboys hit me and said, hey bro, we saw you throw that football. We want to draft you. And no one is ever going to tell you a story like that because it never happened that way.
Yeah.
No trader that is actually making money is gonna be like, oh yeah, click, they made $500 and now their next trade they're making 10 bands. No trader, no matter if you think they're scamming or you think they're legit, no trader started that way. So why in the world do you keep thinking that you're gonna go from a new trader to the NFL draft? Wake up.
Be real. Be real. So, man, I
real.
wanted to talk to you about some of your lifestyle content.
Yeah.
Because that's something that initially made me follow you, because you go on these morning walks, man, and you talk through mindset. When did that become a part of your process?
So to be honest, bro, I have another page that's called Let's Have a Talk. And that's honestly, I have over 8K followers on that page. And that's where it came from. Every morning, because like I said, bro, I live by my brand. Money does not mean greatness to me. I love impacting people. So every morning, I'd say started this maybe like last year. It was like last year. Or no, maybe a little, last year, but a little bit towards the beginning. I just would grab my phone and I would just walk. And I just started recording videos, and I would just record motivational videos, getting people, like I said, man, just to love yourself. Keep pushing, just motivational stuff. And, like I said, I am in music, so I have my manager. And when I got my Osmo, he was like, bro, now it's time to turn up. Like, you need to be posting every day. So from there, every day I started posting. And then from there, one of my videos went viral, and then a few more of my videos went viral, and boom, that channel grew to, like I said, 8K, and every day it's growing. So I was like, why don't I just take the same exact concept
and do it with your trading?
And do it with trading.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
If the format works here, like I keep trying to tell people, foundation, consistency, strategy.
Yeah.
I see the strategy works over here. I just took the strategy.
Just roll with it.
Exactly. The page didn't grow. It didn't go from 0 to 8K overnight. It's a process. But as this page, as I've been posting consistently, we've gone from 500 to, I think we're at like 700 now. And this has happened within the last couple weeks. So it's like what I've realized is that we're in this time now where, yes, people love the Lamborghinis and they love seeing the fashion, but I don't care what anybody says. To the core, we all want something real.
Yeah.
No matter all the fake stuff that we see, and we might sit there and rock with it for a little bit. And I always take this analogy to music. Yeah, we might turn up to the Migos. We might turn up to all the ratchetness here and there. But when you're going through something, you got your heart broke, you're having a bad day, you got something on your mind, you listening to somebody that's talking to you. You're not listening to the Migos. You're not listening to the Baby. You're listening to somebody that's actually having a message, somebody that went through what you went through, or somebody that you can feel like they went through the same thing as you. And that's what I feel like what trading is. I feel like trading just has so many people that are out here just, again, Lamborghini, Ferrari, AP, Rolly, mansion this, oh, bad girl this, I got the flyest chick on my arm. Don't let that stuff cloud your ego, because you don't know what's real and what's not. So do what you need to do for you and just stay in your lane.
I wanted to ask you, what do those walks do for your clarity on the charts?
Keep me grounded. They keep me showing you that what I preach, I practice. Because at the end of the day, if you come back and anybody like that wants to recommend, anybody that ever comes across my page, the whole thing, and see our Discord, the only thing that we charge for is our Discords, $50 a month. And the reasoning why is because it's not just a normal Discord. We're not giving you signal calls. We're teaching traders how to trade. We don't have no secret $4,000 exclusive. No, we don't want none of that. We want this to be affordable for people. We want people to come in, and if you are spending $50, or even if you join join the free. We do stuff for the free all the time. But if you are spending $50, we want you to show you how this $50 is nothing on what you're about to start making. When I mean we have people payouts that have never had a payout, never had consistency, starting to see $100 a day. They're like, bro, I done made $500 this week. Exactly. I just made $100 a day. Seeing what it went from making nothing to what it's making, just taking $100.
And having a process.
A process. Like that is the whole thing, is understanding of just having a process. But me having a community in these walks, they keep me grounded to, again, practice what I preach. So that's where I was going. It's like, so if, say hypothetically, we hopped off this call and somebody hit you and was like, hey, Woodz, like, you know, one of your homies hit you and was like, yo, I want to get into a Discord. You got a Discord to recommend? Bruh, go follow Hoodie. Like, yes, he's got a $50 one, but he could care less. You could sign up for the free. They still do live calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning. You still got access to Mindset Sundays and Kickback Fridays. You just don't have access to the recording. If you want to go back and rewatch it, you can't. But hey, this guy over here is not just telling you do what he's doing. He's teaching you so then you can go do what you want to do. If you like what he's doing, hey, by all means, use it. But if it's not, at least he's putting you in the lane of where you should be, and he's not over here just trying to pump you up, being like, yeah, you should do this, and this works, and this is the way to do it. No, he's giving you a pool of things, and wherever direction you decide to wander off into, do. Because every day I'm going to show up, and every day I'm going to do the same exact thing. Consistency, risk management, and sticking to my strategy. Those three things is what I stick to every single day because it's consistent. It's my edge. I don't care what anybody else is doing. We got people that trade, they counter trade, they trade the pullback. I ain't doing none of that. I trade market structure. If we're bullish, I'm trading when the market is moving up. I'm not trading the pullback. If we're bearish, I'm trading when the market is going down. I'm not trading the pullback. Like, I don't care if you made $1,000 on the pullback, because when it finally goes in the direction of where it's going to go, I'm going to make 3 times that amount.
Yeah.
So.
And like, when, have you ever been on one of those walks, bro, and had a breakthrough in the moment on one of those walks that directly impacted your trading from that moment on?
Oh, yeah. Every trader tilts.
Yeah.
Every trader almost blew my account. Literally sitting here, again, trading the Asia session. Because we're not all perfect. We all stop for a little bit and then start. So in the beginning of the year, when I very first got my account, when I started in February, boom, trading due diligently. Sitting here, I'm like, let me dive into a session, man. Let me see what it's about. Boom, end up losing $300 trade. Lose another $300 trade. And you know, that trader tilt. Here we are, end of the night, $1,700. Damn. Almost 300 away from blowing the account.
Yeah.
Locked myself out, closed the computer. That next morning, I probably made a video. It was on losing. You got to be able to take a loss, man.
Yeah.
Now, the loss that you take is the risk management. And that's when risk management started really knocking on the door. Because again, I practice what I preach. How am I going to be sitting here being in a Discord and I'm sitting here teaching people how to trade, but I'm blowing $1,700 in a day?
Yeah.
That's not good practice. So I can't preach this. So how can I talk about risk management, but I'm not showing good risk management? That's when it hit. And risk management came in, and now I stick to my risk management because I got people that are watching what I do every morning live when I trade. So say if I make that same mistake live when I'm trading and my community sees me blow $1,700, kind
Hey,
of look does that give me?
was that responsible?
Exactly.
Was
So
that is that something you do as a professional trader? You call yourself a professional, and this what we doing?
Live? Like you're doing this live
Yeah.
for the community? No. So that's when
Yeah.
that's when it hit me. I used to trade gold. Like everybody, oh, gold is volatile. It didn't work for me.
Mm.
So I stopped.
If someone skipped the charts for a day and focused only on mental clarity, what would you tell them to do?
First off, I would say that's a high five, and every trader should be doing that. That's not just a new trader. Even me, there's some days where, and I guess that's the other thing. Traders feel like they need to trade every day, especially when you're profitable and you have a profitable strategy. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
And taking that day off allows you to breathe from the charts. It allows you to just have the reset and understand that, like, hey, I can go do other things with my life than just trade every morning. And I mean, that's a very simple, I guess, answer to a new trader that would ask me that. It's just, we all need a day for our mental. If you feel like your mind is getting overclouded and it's just overworking itself because you're constantly working, and it's, as a new trader, that's gonna happen multiple times, because if you take this serious and you're really wanting to learn, like how I did, every day you're gonna be on YouTube watching countless amount of videos, learning about this, learning about this, learning about SMC, learning about ICT, learning about ICC, learning about supply and demand, learning about order
You
blocks.
become obsessed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're getting pulled in every which way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about trading. Like, as a new trader, when you come into the space, that's what happens. You're everywhere. One ear's over here, the other ear's over here, one leg's over here, the arms, like everything is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start to develop your trading style, it's like you're stretched like this, and then all of a sudden it's like
all of it comes together.
Everything starts to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, it's like you're almost like a transformer. It's like, oh, okay, great. I like fair value gaps. Okay, boom, there goes the leg again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use order blocks. Boom, there goes the other leg.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you start to calm down. And that's why I teach mindset, and especially for new traders, like you have to go through it. It's inevitable. Like, you're gonna overwhelm yourself. You're gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, this is so much. But when you calm down, what I tell my community is slow down to speed up.
Yeah.
Because when you slow down, you'll start to realize when people say that trading is simple, it really is.
Yeah.
But you got to understand the space first before you can understand it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything, again, means the same thing. Support and resistance is supply and demand.
Yeah.
Like, demand becomes supply becomes demand, support becomes resistance, like, it's the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
and when people are using supply and demand, which I like, I always thought this was funny because I used to use supply and demand, but when I found out supply and demand's on our order blocks, it's just the supply zone. If there's an order block up there, it's not called a supply order block. It's just an order block. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
So I stopped using supply and demand and just use order blocks, because like, what's the difference? There is none. They both do the same thing. The supply is where, okay, great. If there's supply sitting up there, great. That's where the mass move happened, where they started the supply. If it gets back there, what do you think they're going to do? Put in another mass move from there. They're pushing supply down. Demand. If there's demand there, that means if price runs back up and it comes back to this demand zone, they're going to push demand back up again because it's demand. Same thing as an order block. That's where they put their first amount of orders in. It's where you get the momentum. If it comes back, they're going to buy it at the same exact price or a little bit higher, but it's closer to the original orders that they put in. A mass amount of orders come in again. Like, so it's just like, that's what the main thing that I tell new traders. You're going to understand what I'm saying once you go down your journey of information finding, but you're going to understand that all of these things mean the same thing.
Yeah.
To me, the only real terminology that you really need to understand is fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, market structure, and liquidity. That's it. You learn those, everything else is just like,
Just kind of fall in place.
yeah, it's just like other things that you want to start learning how to use. Because like I just said, bro, order block, supply and demand, they're all the same thing. Support and resistance is the same thing. Like they're all the same thing. It's how you like to use it. That's it. And that's why I tell people see me use order blocks and they're like, man, I've been using supply and demand, but it's been working for me. But I see you use order blocks and it works the same. Time out. Don't change. Keep using supply and demand. But just know that you're using simultaneously order blocks.
Yeah.
Because if you draw this up on the chart and it's working for you, don't try to change what you're doing and then go to order blocks. And now you're trying to tell yourself like order block, but you're used to supply and demand. Just now tell yourself, oh, I've been using order blocks because theoretically you have. You just call it supply.
And
when
like,
it's up there.
I feel like if you've been doing it for a while now, you understand that there was a time when the course game was strong and people were selling courses for $2,000-$3,000 a course. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not like that. It's about building a community more so. And then going from there, and people get access to your course from being within your community. But like back then, it was a lot of people taking other courses and just remixing it. And then slightly changing the terminology, tweaking it, and then they'll call it, this is my new course, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we got all these different terminologies on shit, and it's all essentially the same shit.
And to kind of elaborate on paying for a course, this is what I tell people. When you pay a coach, what are you paying a coach to do? Teach you what they know. So if you're paying something and you're not even interested in what they know, why are you paying for it?
Yeah.
And then people will be like, it's a scam. It's not a scam.
Yeah.
You just saw someone making money, and instead of you doing some type of research before you decide to pay somebody thousands of dollars for something, you just paid them thousands of dollars. Just like, okay, great. A football coach, a basketball coach, you might pay them thousands of dollars, but what happens before you pay that person? You get recommendations. Somebody tells you like, yo, this coach over here is a good coach. Look, he made this person go from here to here. When you pay somebody, you're paying somebody for the simple fact to learn what they know because you are actually interested in it too. People were paying for courses just to learn and then be in the course and not even want to learn what's in the course. That's like paying to go to college for something you don't want to go to college for and then go get a job somewhere else. Like,
yeah.
It's
why did you waste your time?
The same thing. Like, so that's why it's like when people are sitting here and they're like, oh, I paid for this course and I got scammed. No, you didn't. You paid for a course that you didn't fully research before you paid. And you just knew that this person was making money. And then you got in and found out he was making money because he's a scientist, but you thought he was a lawyer and he's not. You want to be a lawyer, but you paid for a scientist class. But didn't do any research, did not look at the course, did not do anything, just said, oh, $2,000? I got it. And this is what I always used to tell people. Just because because in the meme coin space, people thought, oh, okay, great. Just because you got more money, that means you're going to become profitable. Bro, knock, knock. That just means you have more money to lose. The more money you have, and especially when you're not learning what to do, that just means you have more money to lose. So that's when it comes to courses, why I would always tell people, if you're going to pay for a course that's something that you're actually learning. Don't pay for a course if you're trying to learn market structure, but he's over here teaching supply and demand. He might tap in a little bit on what it is that you want to know, but ultimately you should go pay for a market structure course, somebody who is strictly talking about market structure. And that's why I feel like all of these people that when they were selling these courses for thousands of dollars, why it was working, because again, people are greedy and people want to make money, and they didn't care how they were making it. So if they just had somebody that was up here showing you something, and then all of a sudden here it is that you can make money, they were just dropping thousands of dollars. Then when they found them, when they got in, they weren't learning what it is that they wanted to learn, that they thought they were paying for. Now it was a scam. Now this person's scamming. Nah, they're not. Because if you would have took time and looked at their videos, watched maybe 2 to 3 other YouTube videos, you probably would have got a little bit more information on what this $4,000 course is. But you didn't do that. So now it's a scam.
And I wanted you to touch on a moment in your trading career where you question if this was even for you, bro. Because we all go through those moments.
Yeah, of course. Honestly, I would say kind of in the meme coin space, because it kind of did it for the trading. I was losing constantly.
Yeah.
No strategy, wasn't having any type of risk management in the beginning.
Yeah.
And that was when it was like, because like I said, I came into the meme coin space right when I had got introduced to the futures. So I was like, well, if meme coins is like anything like this, then why would I want to go over to futures and do this? Like, I would feel like it's the same thing. I'm just now trading the NASDAQ every day or trading ES every day. But doing more research and diving in, that's when I started to understand that these are 2 different types of casinos.
Yeah.
This is a casino where TA actually works, where a strategy actually can develop itself. We're using some type of risk management. We're using some type of consistency can actually work. And the turning point was when I actually got on TradingView and I learned market structure. That's what changed the game for me. And once I learned market structure and not counter trading anymore, that was when, counter trading, that was when things started to align. And it was like, wait, I don't need to trade like him. I don't need to trade like her. I can trade like me. That's when the turning point started to happen. Because what
did drawdown teach you that winning never could?
Like being in drawdown?
Right.
Like losing?
Right.
That you got to lose to win. Like losing taught me to get this right. I always repeat myself, bro.
Yeah.
People, if we was to sit here a month from now and have this same exact conversation, it damn near is going to sound exactly, you could play both of these videos back to back and you're going to be like, damn, they damn near sound exactly the same. Mindset.
Right.
When you lose at anything in life, doesn't that mess up your mindset? Exactly. That is what changed everything for me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm losing, now there's a difference. If I'm losing, but okay, great, I did this and I lost, and then I go back and I fix it and then I lose, but it's something new, I'm not losing at the same thing over and over and over. Traders that are new, they keep losing at the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over for years, over and over and over. Like the illusion with trading is that one day you might go and make a good trade, $1,000. Next day, lose it. Next day, trade, make that $1,000. Next day, lose it. Next day, trade again. Next 2 days, consistency. Third day, lose it. The trader's cycle of thinking that what you're doing is consistent because you make money, but then you lose it. You make money and then you lose it. But if you look at that over a long period of time, realistically, you're just breaking even every single time that you're trading. So you're not really moving anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have made $1,000, but ultimately by the end of the month, you done gave that $1,000 back.
Mm.
So you're winning, but you're also losing to where you're not seeing anything at the end of the month, moving you to the next level. So what I call it is like trader's hope. Because like, yes, you are winning, but you're in this cycle of trader's hope that eventually that you'll break out of that, when realistically it's not the hope. It's you constantly can maybe not trade today and step away from the computer. It's that, oh, okay, great. You set your stop loss, but then when you set it, you move it. And when you had it at 300, oh, okay, price started getting closer to your stop loss. Now you moved it an extra $150 down. You might not do it all the time, but you do it enough to where it becomes a consistent pattern. And see, these things are what traders don't do. Just to show you something. Like, this is how real I am. So, as we see.
Real life journal.
Like, proof is in the pudding, bro. I don't cut. Like, I let people, when I have meetings and I have clients that hit me, this is what I used to do. This is my Bible. Everything, resistance.
Actually writing
I've been
it down.
there. I know support resistance. Like, it's not cat, bro. This is stuff that I do all the time, letting people see. I do this, bruh. This ain't a game. Like, you come over with Hoodie, boom. You come with Hoodie, we gonna make money.
Right.
Like, we write it down. Emotions. End of the week goals, bruh. It's not cat.
Right.
You come,
and it does something to you when you actually write it down. It does something to you mentally.
I tell people what you don't understand. And this is why, like, everything is mindset. You go to work every week or every 2 weeks to collect a paycheck. See, the difference is that when you do that, you know that money's coming in. As long as you show up to work, you know that paycheck is guaranteed. You can calculate that money. The beautiful thing about the market is that you can make $500 today if that's your risk, but 2 weeks from now be up 3 bands. But if you stick to the reason why I keep $200 to $300 in my head is that the market is always majority going to give me more than that.
Right.
But that right there is, again,
it keeps you humble. Keeps you grounded. It's being realistic.
Exactly. Yeah. So every time that I see that $200 to $300 on the table, I'm eating. Give me that. I need that right now. Give me that.
Right.
Boom. And then guess what? I let everything else ride. Once I get that $200 to $300, because this is my method right now. Yeah. I just want to be able
to focusing on like a 1% gain a day.
Exactly. I just want to see.
And it compounds. You get 1% better every day.
Because guess what? You make $200 to $300 a day. That's definitely replacing your job. You easily can replace your job with that. Even if you lost a trade a week, 2 trades a week, but you're keeping your risk management, still making anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 a month, bare minimum. Yeah. So, well, no, actually, I would say 3,000 because, like I said, that's $4K a month, $6K a month if we're doing 3K. I mean, 300. So that's anywhere between bare minimum, just saying losing 2 trades a month, 2 trades a week. That's bare minimum 3K.
Yeah.
Max profit of 6K.
Yeah.
Who is making 6K a month? Not my black ass. So guess what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Learning how to appreciate this $200 to $300, and it's gotten me from a full-time to a part-time. So guess what the job money is now? Stack and save money. Now, when I want to sit here and go out and have a nice dinner or do something, that $200 to $300 for my job that I'm busting my ass for, now it feels more like a reward because I know in the market, I'm keeping the safety net secured.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm starting to see how the trading is replacing the job.
Yeah.
Now let's do this for another 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And 3 to 6 months from here, if we're literally doing the same thing that we're doing now and the market is continually those occasional days when it gives me the $500 or $600, guess what we just did? We just now made money for the next day. I might not even damn trade the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep that capital because I know it's secured. Or if I do trade the next day, I might go in with lower risk. So I don't end up giving more back to the market. But what I'm starting to see now is that this style of trading is starting to replace the 9 to 5. And what people don't understand is that once you start seeing something consistently, now I do this with 3 to 5 contracts. My normal is 5, light risk 3. Now, if I'm doing this for 6 months to a year, and this has gotten me out of a job, what do you think I'm going to do? Just start adding on 2 to 3 more contracts. That's how you grow and start having $1,000 days. You scale into it. Just like people that are millionaires, just like people that are athletes and everything else. You scale your way into it, and then you find yourself, like I said, 2 years from now you're able to go buy the Lamborghini. Now you're able to go do whatever it is that you would want to do because you've put yourself in a position to be able to do it. And that's what I solely show people how to do. Like, you don't need to sit here. Like, you literally can stop working a job in a year. If you really lock in and have some type of risk management and understand that, hey, let me put a number that's in my head that's realistic, that I actually do in daily life, and let's see if I can do that in trading. And once I start doing that consistently and it starts to replace the income that I'm physically going to work for, that's when we can start putting other ideas in place and then see what happens 3 to 6 months from now. And if we're doing the same thing, now we know we have consistency.
And like I wanted to touch on your community because your community is called PFL, right? Prime Futures Lab.
Yep.
Yeah. So what made you decide to start Prime Futures Lab?
Because trading is future. That's what we're all doing it for, right? It's not for now.
Prime Futures Lab. Square business.
We're
like,
prime traders.
What were you seeing traders struggle with that made you feel like I need to build something for this?
The strategy is nothing.
Right.
If you don't have this, you don't have a strategy because your mind won't allow you to use the strategy. That's what every community should be about. If the community is about trading, you've already lost. And I wouldn't tell you not to be a part of that community, but I would tell you that you should only be a part of communities that are having some type of mindset class in it or talks about mindset. If they are strictly just talking about the simple fact of trading, you're not going to be, you're not going to grow far.
They're not giving you the
community.
elements to survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the strategy, any strategy works.
Right.
You can use any strategy, but if you don't have the mindset to be able to sit on your hands and wait for a 5-minute candle to close, wait for it to tap into the FVG and see if it's going to be supported, or wait for the FVG to get inverted, like you are going to burn every single time. And that's why traders, how many traders have you seen? And probably even yourself. How many times have you been like, okay, I'm not going to do this week.
And you do it. And you do it.
That's what, like what I tell my community, look at when you're doing stuff right. It takes a little bit longer, but it's right. Notice every single time when you go against what's right, how it pulls you back 2 to 3 steps.
Real.
Notice, like my dad used to tell me, I used to have a problem. When I was growing up, I don't know why, I used to tell white lies all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Jared, you clean the bathroom? Yeah. Dad go in the bathroom dirty as hell. Like,
Did you mow that grass? Yeah.
yeah.
I told you about that grass.
Go outside. Now I'm grounded all damn week. Can't do nothing. Set me back. Like, I was just playing a game. Now the game gone. Like, I can't go outside. Now, all because I lied.
Yeah.
And I used to lie all the time about little things until one day I was like, you know what? Let me try it. Like, if he asks me if I clean, let me actually go do it.
Yeah.
And then say, yeah, I did it. And that was when I understood. Dang, you know what? Telling the truth, okay.
Yeah.
It might be hard, but it works.
Yeah.
Hey, did you clean them toys up?
Right.
I did.
Right.
Cool, you can go outside. Oh, snap. We outside. It is the same thing with trading.
Yeah.
Every single time. It's hard to get that 2 to 3. When you really sit there and you're due diligent, you sit on your hands and you wait. The market gives you what you waited for. We are observers. We get paid for observing and being flexible. Like, part of the problem is that like traders go with a bias. Oh, I'm biased. I'm bullish for the day. I'm bearish for the day. And they stick to that.
And it gets you ran over.
Get you ran right over because now you're looking.
It took me a long time to get rid of that, to shake that, man, to stop going in with a bias. I might have a bias, but I let it go in a heartbeat. Like,
loose bias. Because the market is going to do what it wants. You might come in bullish and then market open.
Yeah.
Some type of news come out and guess what?
Yeah.
Now we're bearish. And here it is. You sitting here trying, man, I'm bullish for the day.
For real.
And you trying to do buys when the market is showing you, dog, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. And nobody buying right now.
We are bearish, bro. Like, we literally just flipped. But that is, like I said, you know, being an observer. I used to come to the market and I'm bullish. So I need to see bullish for the day. If I don't see bullish,
right.
It's like, bro, that loose bias. Come to the market and cool.
Or the shit just might not be ready. It might be in consolidation. You know what I'm saying? You might just get chopped for the day.
That is exactly it. Yeah. When I start, like, no matter how you ask me, Woodz, you could ask me 50 different ways if you have not realized yet, dog.
Yeah.
It all starts with mindset.
And like, bro, I know that, like, being a mentor in the space and being a trader can be tough, bro. So, like, how do you balance being a trader and being a leader, a mentor at the same time? Because you're having to deal with your own mindset, you battling with your own mindset, plus you helping others to balance theirs.
No. Number one rule, like, it's in the rules. Like, do not ask me where you should put your stop loss. Do not ask me where you should put your take profit.
It's up to you, man.
Don't ask me if you should get in, get out. Don't ask me none of that, because I am not here to tell you what to do. You see what I'm doing every single day. Sticking to my risk management, sticking to my strategy, and staying consistent with it. So if you come to Hoodie and you ask me, Hoodie, why did I catch a losing trade today? And I'm going to turn around and ask you, my number one rule is the first part of my strategy. Did you follow market structure? And if you tell me that the market is showing you that we're bullish and you counter traded the pullback, well, there you go. That's why you lost. Did Hoodie do that? Did you see me take that trade today? No, you didn't. You saw me wait until we had the pullback into OTE of the range. You saw me wait until we hit the golden zone of 0.72, and then I got into the trade. So you're my liquidity.
Like this is your way of making people non-dependent on you and dependent on themselves.
You were going to be accountable for why you were in here. You were not going to be able to leave this Discord and be like, yo, all he's doing is telling me what to do. No, I'm suggesting to you.
I'm teaching you how to fish so you can feed yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I am not like, don't get it twisted. People hit me up.
And that's being honest because like the thing is like, if a person comes into your space and they pay $50 to be in your Discord, you're not trying to eat off them forever. You know what I'm saying? Get what you need. You know what I'm saying? Go on and eat. And then you go on about your way. We good. You know what I'm saying? You learn what you needed from me. You know what I'm saying? And I serve my purpose.
Exactly. Like, that is what I tell people. Like, you come into this Discord, again, do not get it twisted. If I have sorry, didn't mean to say that one. But like, if I have 50 people that are paying $50, of course I'm making money from the Discord. But again, I'm showing up every day to show you that it's not just about the Discord. Like, I'm showing you that I know what I'm doing and I know how to trade. So with this Discord or without this Discord, I'm making money in the market, period.
Right.
The Discord is for you to come in. Like I always say, there's two different types of people that join Discords. You have people that join Discords and they just want you to hold their hand and just, hey, this is how you do everything. And hey, let me show you how to do everything. And hey, let me DM you and give you everything. And then you have people like me that get into Discords that pay and then see who knows what they're talking about and then go to them every single day. And then I'm asking them questions. That's what type of person I am. When I get into Discords, I want to get into Discords where there's active owners, where the owner is active. Because when I know you're active, I'm coming at you every single day. I want you to be annoyed that I wonder if Hoodie's going to hit me today. You damn right. Because of the simple fact, if you run this Discord, if I'm paying you, well, your job is to teach me something. So you're going to answer every question that I have and you are going to teach me something. And if I don't learn and you don't answer questions, why am I here? Because that is why I'm paying you.
Right.
So I tell people in my community, I'm never going to DM you first. But if we're in a session and something's not clear, shoot me a DM.
Question.
If you're shy to ask the question because you know you might be from a foreign country, because everybody has different backgrounds, completely understand, type it. If you feel like, oh, it's a stupid question because you see there's experienced traders in here and everybody knows what market structure is and you might feel like you're the only one that doesn't, cool. If you don't want to type it in here, DM me. But also, this is not a place just for experienced traders. If you got a question and you don't ask it, you're not going to find out. And you don't know. There could be 5 other people in here that have the same exact question as you. But if all 5 of y'all are afraid to ask the question, guess what? None of y'all are going to know. So ask. My Discord is not just for, oh, okay, great. Like you're making money. No, it is for everyone. Cool. If I'm doing a session and you know what market structure is, cool. Hop out of the video then. You don't need to be here. This is for the ones that don't know. If you know how to trade, great. This is a place for other due diligent traders. If you're paying $50 a month to be here and you want to be able to have a community with other due diligent traders, here it is. Because there are other traders. We got traders in there making more money than me. I am not the be all see all in here. This is not, a Discord just to be look at Hoodie. Hoodie's the one doing every single thing. Me and Flacco are the top dogs. No, that's not what it's about. At the end of the day, I don't care if there's somebody in here making more than me. What I care about is when I've gotten people hit me and they're like, yo, I made $150 a day because you taught me market structure. That's what matters to me. Period. Could care less who comes in, if it's free, you're paying, whatever. I've been on calls hours with people that have not paid me that are like, oh, Hoodie, I've done one-on-ones. I've had people pay me $1,200 for month sessions. And before those people paid me that money, I was up till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yo, let me show you that I know what I'm talking about first before you just give me some money. Because it's not about your money. I don't care. After I show you everything and I'm showing you I'm taking the time, I'm showing you that I know what I'm doing. If you want to pay me at that point, cool, let's lock in. But I'm showing you what you're going to get. I'm showing you I know what I'm talking about. And I'm showing you that I take this very seriously before you gave me a dime. And you saw me doing this. That's why you came to me. And now we're having this conversation. I take what I do serious. And that's why when I lock in on something, if I say I do it, I need to know everything. And I'm a firm believer. If there's 10 people doing it and there's 7 people seeing success, I'll do what those 7 people are doing and not the other 3. And the other thing that I'm a very big, firm believer is that a lot of people always want to look outside in. That's what we've always been taught. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm always looking outside in. I always look inside out. Because you want to know something? There's always more people looking in than there are looking out. So the question that's always missed is, how did those people get in? I want to get in with the people that are in, because the people that are in aren't really ever really looking at the ones that are out.
Yeah.
Because they're in already.
Yeah.
That's why there's always been a bunch of people looking in to see what's going on. But the problem is that's why there's called 1%. Because those 1%ers that actually make it were the ones that stayed consistent, had a risk management, and stuck to the strategy that worked, which was their edge.
And like how did your relationship with money change since becoming consistent?
Well, the thing with money, like I said, bro, money doesn't mean greatness.
Yeah.
I've always been consistent with money.
Right.
So that rolling into trading, that was never, I don't even have an answer for that one. Because like I said, I don't, money is not my thing.
And when you don't focus on the flash, you just allow it to flow.
So that and that's why for me, when those, because we're going to get there, but when those $1,000 days are coming in and we're making a couple $1,000, it's going to just be even more evidence for my community when I can sit back and throw my feet up and show people what believing in yourself and consistency and what time can do.
Yeah.
You'll wake up every day.
And like touching on that, what does a boring trading day look like for you, and why is that important?
Boring trading day is a no trade day. When we're sitting and we see the market doing something that it normally wouldn't do. And this is why I tell people a no trading day is a learning day. Because now you go back and you learn why it wasn't a trading day. Did we just consolidate all day? Did we just build liquidity? Was it just a big liquidity pool build today? Were we just sweeping buy side to go back down to sweep sell side to go back up to sweep new buy side to go? What happened in this day? Were my emotions calm? Did I realize it wasn't a no trading day? Like I wasn't trying to look for a trade. I kept my emotions calm. So a no trade day for me is a learning day on why it wasn't a no trade day. And it's kind of a very simple for me, because when you stick to your strategy, if your strategy isn't building throughout your trading time period, well, then you should kind of already know, like, we're not going to have a trade day. My whole start of my trade is that I'm just to break down my trading strategy, since we're talking about not having a trade day. One, when I go to the chart, like the first thing I'm doing, because I trade on the hour time frame. See, a lot of the things is that traders is top-down analysis. And this is what I mean by simplifying things. A lot of traders will talk about using time frames, which is cool. But if you're a scalper, realistically, you don't need to be looking over the hour time frame, because you're trading within the hour. You're not trading within the 4 hour. Now, using the 4 hour, am I saying that is not a good time frame? It is a good time frame. But if you're going to use a higher time frame confluence, use the hour or use the 4 hour. Use either one of them, because of the simple fact, if there's an hour fair value gap, if you go to the 4 hour, there's going to be a 4 hour one. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, well, the 4-hour time frame is bigger than the hour. So there's going to be an hour one because it's a smaller time frame. So I just started using the hour time frame because again, if I know there's an hour fair value gap, there's a 4-hour fair value gap that we're resting in. So I don't need to see that. As soon as I go to the chart, I need to see us tapping into a higher time frame imbalance. I need to see us tapping into an unmitigated, that means it has not been touched yet. As soon as we tap into that hour fair value gap, boom, I'm going to the 15-minute. I need to make sure that the 15-minute is doing the same exact thing that the hour time frame is doing. So that now lets me know that my higher time frame and my confirmation time frame are aligned and they're following the same structure. So whatever way we're going, I need the confirmation time frame to be following. Now, once I get that, now we wait. I'm waiting until we get liquidity. Liquidity now needs to be built on my confirmation time frame. So if we're bullish, I need to see us go up, sweep out, buy side, because now there's going to be no resting stop orders out there stopping us from going up. If we stop out those orders, now all of buy side is taken out and sell side orders have gotten stopped. So not only all the liquidity that's resting up there, we have stop orders, buy orders, and then we also have retail traders that are getting in. All of that liquidity now has been stopped out and has been generated. Now we go down and we stop out sell side. Once we stop out sell side, that clearly lets me know now we can move up because there's nothing up there stopping us. And we have stopped out early traders that have gotten in the trade. Boom, confirmation number 2. Then from there, I just need to see us pull back into OTE of the range. Once we pull back into OTE of the range, that lets me know of the hour range that we're in, we've now pulled back to the midpoint of it. Now I want to see us pull back to the golden zone, which would be 0.72. 0.72. So once we pull back to that, I'm going to drop down to
on a Fibonacci level.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
For my fib level. So then once I see that, I'm going to drop down to my entry time frame. This is when I know we're golden. So if we're bullish, my hour time frame and 15-minute time frame are going to be going in the same direction. If I drop down to the 5-minute, which is my entry, I want to see it going bearish. That is how I know my setup is now forming, because the lower time frame is always going to be going in the opposite direction of your higher time frame for when you enter. So as soon as we get that time frame, I go down to the 5-minute, boom, I look for a market structure shift, change of character on the 5-minute. Soon as we get that change of character and then we get some momentum that run through that change of character, I need a fair value gap to open up. Soon as that fair value gap opens up, I wait for that pullback. As soon as we tap into that 5-minute fair value gap, we enter the trade, stop goes below the low, and we target the high of the range. GG's.
And he just gave the whole sauce.
Just gave the whole sauce. Just like that. Just gave the whole sauce.
So
just like
where
that.
do you see yourself evolving to next, bro, as a trader and as a person?
Trader, GT3 RSs, like I said, bro, Lambos, 3-5 years from now, bro, that's where I see myself. I always look for the future and I put time on it, because if it happens in 2, even great. But mentor wise, that's just, like I said, the quick side. But the side that I really love is the mentoring, hoping I can be a part of bigger events, start to rub traders with, bigger traders that are in the space, being able to, like I said, still help traders grow, getting traders to understand that trading is easy. Your mind is what's hard. And once you understand that you can accomplish that and have the mindset, everything else can happen. I really love inspiring people. I really love talking with people. I want to push PFL to the biggest platform where it's got 10, 20,000 people, regardless if it's paid, regardless if it's free. I could care less. I just want, when people hear Hoodie, they know that is a genuine person. His community is an actual good community, and he's a real trader. He's not a trader just showing you flash, showing you just all the materialistic things, and a trader that showed you going from a full-time to a part-time to now a full-time trader?
So like, hold on 1 second.
You good? I'm gonna go grab a water real quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, Leah, you're gonna have to wait. So, what do you want to be known more, as a trader or as someone that develops traders?
Develops traders.
Mm.
You always, like I said, you teach somebody how to do something, that goes a lot further than just someone showing you how to do something. I can show you how to trade.
Yeah.
There's people that can show you how to do things, but can't explain to people how they can do it too.
Mm.
And to me, like I said, bruh, at the end of the day, it means more to me when I can have a group of people, or even if it's just one person, come to me and be like, hey man, like I really locked in with what you were saying, and it changed. It changed me as a person.
Right.
Like, because trading will change you as a person. It helps you have risk management. And if you apply these things in your life, like, it can change things that you do on a daily basis. And I just love to just motivate people and just see somebody wake up that was struggling in something and then turn around and be able to start seeing success in something that they thought they couldn't, because you can.
And like, what's something you're still working on internally that people wouldn't even expect today?
I feel like every day it's a struggle to stay consistent.
Yeah.
You know, to wake up and not, I guess, make it seem like it's a facade.
Yeah.
You know, or like he's faking, like he's just doing this for the content.
Like some people would be like, oh, well, you make it look easy. You know, you're doing this every day. Some days you don't want to get up and do it at all. Some days you don't want to bother. Some days you don't want to talk to the camera. Some days, you know, you'd be like, leave me the fuck alone. You know?
Exactly, bro. Like, seriously, like I've literally, since last year, since I've got my Osmo, my manager told me to start recording every day since last year, July.
Yeah.
And I've probably missed, no lie, probably like 3 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
But since July of last year, I try to post, well, at least record and post 1 video a day. At first I was doing 2 to 3. I've kind of slowed down to 1, because now I can post 1 video and it does, you know, pretty well. The Hoodie page, I'm still, like I said, building that one, but my Let's Have a Talk, I can post, you know, 1 video and it's doing, you know, numbers. So, but yeah, there's days, bro, where I just do not feel like doing anything, don't feel like going in the community, just want to just trade by myself. But those days when you don't want to are the days where I found new levels. Because the days when you don't want to do something, but you stay with risk management, stay sticking to your strategy, stay sticking with consistency, those are the days when you find where you take a trade and it's like, dang, I know I didn't want to, but like, pays off. The market still rewards you for showing up, staying consistent, but sticking to your rules. That's all trading is. If you ever really listen to successful traders, like, even successful traders still make mistakes. They still get a little bit greedy, but it's different. Their greed and mistake is a different mistake that you made. Like, your mistake is that, cool, you don't set stop losses. A due diligent trader's mistake is that, oh, they had their stop loss a little too tight.
Yeah.
Those are 2 different types of mistakes. Or you were in a trade and you were profitable, but didn't take money when it was there.
Yeah.
But a profitable trader will take a little bit, but maybe not. They knew they should have closed their whole position, and now we broke even. We got a little greedy. Those mistakes are different mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's like those are the biggest things that, you know, I try to get people to understand and just focus on. That like you can make a mistake, but the more that you educate yourself and the more that you practice and the more that you stick to the same thing, the mistake comes a little bit different. It's not the same mistake that you're making over and over and over.
For the traders listening right now who feel stuck, what's the real advice they need to hear? Not the comfortable version.
Real advice I'm going to tell you, and the reason why you were stuck is because you were in your mind. You are not using something consistently. You do not have a strategy that you can see clearly, and you have poor risk management, period. You are doing one of those three things consistently, and you have not realized that you were doing it consistently, period. If you're not consistent, that means you're going in the market. One day you're using supply and demand. The next day you're using support and resistance. The next day you're using fair value gaps. You're all over the place. Consistency will cause you to lose. If you don't have risk management, that means one day you're risking 200 on the trade. The next day you're risking 500 on the trade. One day you're going in with 3 contracts. The next day you're going in with 5 contracts. Risk. What does risk fall back into? If you're doing that, consistency. You're not having consistent risk. And what happens? Strategy. If you don't have a strategy that you can physically see, how you wake up every day and do things that you see and you know you can do it if you were doing it in your sleep, that's why you're comfortable driving your car. That's why you're comfortable going to your job and doing the job that you do every single day, because guess what you've done? You've done it consistently. And guess what you've learned how to do? You've learned how to do the job. So guess what that means? You have risk management when you do it. All three of those fall into the same thing. No matter how you look at it, whatever problem that you have, it falls under those three. There's no other reasoning on why a trader is not seeing any type of growth, progress, consistency, or whatever it is, because you need all three of those things to be able to be a profitable trader. If you do not have one of them, you don't have a formula. Your formula is built off of those three. Your strategy is whatever you use. Your consistency is whatever you do constantly, which is your strategy. And whatever you risk is the same amount that you risk on every single trade. That is like sole purpose.
What does no FOMO mean to you personally at this stage in your journey?
No FOMO personally means, again, sticking to your risk management, your consistency, and your strategy. If you are FOMOing, you are not sticking to your strategy and you are not staying consistent, and you don't have any risk in that, because if you just FOMO, that means you went against your strategy and your risk is not going to be right. That is why FOMOing is something I do not do.
Man. Oh, look. Hey, Hoodie, man, it's been dope, man, having a conversation with you, bro.
Of course.
Man, giving up the game, letting them know it's all about the mindset, man. I love it. You focus on mindset, and I feel like, you know, it that's where a lot of traders got to start, man. You know, because that's the core of it all.
It is.
So man, before we go, let them know where they can get with you at.
Hey, you should already know. All platforms, you can find me at Hoodie, which is going to have 8 E's. As long as you just start typing the E's, I'm going to pop up, because the only Hoodie that has all of them. And like I said, you can find me on find me in my community. Obviously, the link is in every one of my bios. Obviously, you can find the YouTube for PFL, which would be Prime Futures Lab. That is our Discord. We are up front If you would love to join the Discord, like I said, we have a paid, which is $50 a month, and we also have a free, just so you can kind of know the difference between the paid and the free and the benefits that you get. So if you were a Prime Pro and you were paying the $50 a month, every morning we're trading New York session Monday through Friday. We start about 9:15, just kind of doing a little pre-market analysis, getting everything right. And every session is recorded. So, you can go back and also watch the sessions. After the session, we do trade recap. So we break down why we got into the trade, if it was a win or if it was a loss. Right now in P&L, we're 22-3, 22 wins, 3 losses. And then on top of that, we do kickback Fridays. So that is when on Fridays, where we're going over TA, market structure, all of those videos are recorded as well. So then you can go back and watch those videos. Then also we have Mindset Sundays, which we are going to have today later, but it's philosophy. Like I said, speaking of the mind, getting the mind right, ready for the new trading week that's coming up. And again, all of these videos are recorded in Prime Pro. You also have access to me, so then you can shoot me DMs. We can also hop on one-on-ones. We can also, like I said, do video calls if you have questions. So all of this is in the Pro. Free. We do, for right now, we're doing live calls, like I said, on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the free community, so they can see what we do every day in the Pro section, but then also just be rocking it with the free community as well, so they get some benefits. Those sessions are recorded as well, but obviously free does not have access to any of the recordings. Obviously if there was a good session and you want to go back and watch it, you can't, but you do have access to Kickback Fridays, and you do have access to, like I said, Mindset Sundays. So those sessions you can join, but that is PFL. We've been out for about a month right now. We have over about 200 people in the community. So it's just crazy to see that we've only been out for literally 26 days and we've already have 200, about a month and 3 days. So, and having a great community of traders. And just to kind of let you guys see this real quick, let me see. But just so you can see, I don't know if it's clear enough, might not be, but nice. Community wins.
Active.
Like I said, daily wins coming in all the time. And this is just, like I said, constant active. Like, we are active in the community when it comes to payouts, people getting payouts. Like I said, we don't play in prime futures. We get money, we wake up, and we make sure that we do what we got to do. But nice. Overall, it's Hoodie. What's goodie?
Square business, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue following, man, continue supporting. I'm rooting for you.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
Same here.
And we gotta stay connected, bro.
Hey, you already got me. Like I said, this won't be the last one. Like I said, we'll have another one maybe one day. Like I said, down the line, maybe with the community or something like that. Get Flacco to hop on, which is, like I said, my partner. But I definitely appreciate the invite, man, and like I said, I appreciate you reaching out and following the page, because this is what it's about. It's
word up.
It's not about, like I said, anybody being better than anybody. It's all about, like I said, just helping other traders be able to get better at trading, and anybody can do it. You just got to understand it's 10% trading, 90% mindset. You get the mindset right, you'll be a good trader. Just lock in.
True spill. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in for another episode of the NOFOMO podcast, where we discuss keeping it cool and adapting to everyday's changing markets. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that you don't miss out on the future drops. We got plenty more insights coming your way. Until next time, stay focused, stay disciplined, and remember, the best mindset to keep is no FOMO, man. Y'all be cool, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.